You're listening to Rural Focus on Triple M. My name's Holly, and joining me today is Johanna Tomlinson to chat about Nuffield Australia, which you might know the name. It's been shaping the future of agriculture for about 75 years now, with applications now open for the 2027 scholarships. So it's a great opportunity for people across regional WA to take their experience to the next level. Good morning, Johanna.
Hi there, Holly. Great to talk to you this morning.
You don't stay relevant in ag for 75 years, Johanna, without doing something right. So what is it about Nuffield that keeps people coming back year after year?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Holly. 75 years is such a milestone, an exciting year for Nuffield Australia. We've been reflecting on this quite a lot as a board as well, and within the management team and the alumni. And I think for us, it comes down to having a really clear purpose. You know, the charitable purpose of Nuffield Australia is to get farmers and those supporting farmers out into the world to learn and bring back and build capacity, build their leadership and their knowledge to contribute to Australian agriculture into the future. So whilst the program's changed over the years, that purpose is still very much front and centre right now. And it has changed quite a lot over the years. Back, 75 years ago, we'd send 2 scholars to England and put them on a bike and say, go and learn and bring it back. So it's really evolved right now. It's, a program that sends groups of people out into the world on their global focus program. There's individual study. We've teamed up with the Future Drought Fund for a real focus around sustainability and adapting in, new environments. So purpose is really important. The other thing that is absolutely critical to Nuffield Australia and Nuffield globally is the people. And I mean the scholars and the alumni themselves and that really special network that we form. And it's not only at a regional and a state and national level, but that's actually global, as many people might be aware. And just that support that they lend each other, they lend to new scholars when they're travelling and learning and sharing. There's a lot about that. But our people also means our partners and our investors and our supporters, because we can't do what we aim to do, our purpose, without them. So for sponsors such as CSBP this year in Western Australia are looking to sponsor a scholar, they're really critical to making sure that we can do that important work for Australian ag. And the other thing I put it down to is passion. There's just so much passion tied up with Nuffield Australia. There's a real hunger for knowledge amongst the scholars and the wider network. They really love agriculture, and it draws so many people in as well, because it's a real opportunity to focus on business, self and community and industry for just continual improvement. So there's a lot going on there, but for me it's purpose, people and passion. And I guess when you link that all together, having a positive impact in agriculture is what can be the result.
You've hit the nail on the head there. Pretty much no matter what part of agriculture you look at, those are the 3 things. And even what you mentioned there about being able to adapt, we're seeing that in real time right now in the industry. Johanna, I'd love it if you could take us back to when you first applied. What motivated you to put your hand up? And then, of course, what's the journey meant for you personally and professionally?
Yeah, I was thinking on this question. I often reflect about what motivated me, because I look to the new batch coming through and think about what's motivating them. I applied in 2018, a pre-COVID world, but it wasn't the first time I'd heard about Nuffield Australia. I actually had a colleague and friend in our local area, we were in Jaramungup at the time, who went through the program many years before, and she really inspired me, but it wasn't the right time for me. I was really busy in my own career. I was also being brought into the farming business. We were pre-kids. It just wasn't the right time. So lots of things changed. 3 children entered the world. Our business grew and grew, and we were doing lots of amazing things. And again, it just never felt like the right time. In 2018, I kind of gave up on leaving it till the right time because I realised I was getting towards the upper age barrier, not that it's a hard barrier. So I thought it's time to give it a go. I spoke it over with my husband and business partner, talked about it with the family, because it's important. It's not something you sort of do on your own. It needs a tribe to help you get through a Nuffield Scholarship. So talked it through and decided that I would give it a go. In terms of what motivated me over that period of time, and particularly in 2018 to actually give it a go, was curiosity I also was very keen to keep growing. I've got a bit of a continual growth mindset. I love learning. Every day is an opportunity to learn something new. And I wanted to make sure that the kids were quite young then, that they saw that that is a really healthy thing to be curious and to always want to grow as a person. And what it's meant for me, I guess, Holly, is a lot of growth personally. It's the most unbelievable experience of my life, to be honest. And it has just really engaged me in my growing and growth mindset. It's also helped me grow in confidence.
And perhaps there's someone listening right now that has the same thoughts as you. Maybe they're thinking, is it the right time? Maybe I should just have a look. Maybe I should apply. What would you say to them?
Absolutely have a good look at it. I'd certainly encourage them to get more information. There's criteria that need to be met, but it's also to have some really good thought around what is it that they're looking for at that particular time as an individual. Obviously, it's got a long heritage of being open to primary producers, but also a small number of our scholarships that we award go to individuals who are working to support primary production, such as agronomists and the like.
Now's a good time to be interested because there is an upcoming webinar for potential applicants. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how people can get involved?
For sure, Holly. On the 21st of April at 4:30 our time, WA time, there's an online webinar. And so on that webinar, we're going to be talking about, what does the program involve? What's the different experiences? What's expected? But also we'll have Tom Polkinghorne, who's a 2025 scholar, to talk about how he's actually managing the experience with his commitments alongside his farm and his business. Because what we do find, particularly with our farmer applicants, it's very difficult to think about leaving the farm for such a long period of time. So Tom will be able to answer questions around, well, how did you get that sorted? And also the team will be able to explain, well, this is the bulk of time for this bit of travel and this is the bulk of time for that bit of travel. So just a really great opportunity to hear more and see what's really involved, but also hear firsthand from one of our new crop of scholars with Tom there. And so if you are interested, I definitely encourage you to hop onto the Nuffield Australia social medias. Just have a look at Facebook, Instagram or LinkedIn, and there's comments in there and you can look up more information in terms of how to get enrolled for that webinar that's coming up on the 21st.
Great. That'll be a really interesting webinar. Applications, though, in general, are open for 2027. So where's the best place to go to get started there?
Best place, Holly, is to hit the website, nuffield.com.au, and go to the Apply tab. We're very, very keen to support people through the process, be really open about what it is and the opportunity. It's really competitive. A lot of people are aware of that, but the more information we can give our applicants at this stage, the better.
Johanna Tomlinson from Nuffield Australia. Great to chat with you this morning. Thank you.
Thanks, Holly. It's been a pleasure.
This is Rural Focus on Triple M.